The first thing I want to address in this video is the subject of fanboyism. If you're fortunate enough not to have become a fanboy yet, make sure you keep it that way, because while fanboyism may not be the most pathetic thing in the world, it certainly comes very close. Fanboyism is like a toxic virus that turns otherwise intelligent individuals into toxic morons, just looking for you to say something either wrong or questionable so they can take that opportunity to show the world how smart they are, usually at your expense. Some of you may be familiar with a situation where a medical professional doxed his own patient just to prove to other fanboys that he had an important job. Later on, this guy made an apology video, and the funny thing was, me being a person who's quick to call out BS, really seemed to believe this guy was really serious. I mean, he was really regretting what he did. And he also didn't seem to be the same person that would type out some of the things that he was typing on Twitter. In other words, fanboyism took over his brain. He allowed his fanboy alter ego to get himself in trouble. When it comes to the ROG Ally and the Steam Deck, it's totally okay to like one more than the other, or to purchase one over the other, or to buy both if you can afford it and enjoy both. Really, it's totally okay. Don't worry about fanboys, because whichever decision you make, there will be a fanboy there to hate that decision and to make sad attempts to ridicule you for it. But most of all, don't become a fanboy, just enjoy gaming. Gaming is supposed to bring joy into your life, not stress. It's supposed to be that thing you run to get away from those stressful aspects of life, some of which unfortunately are unavoidable. If you love the Steam Deck, then you should welcome the ROG Ally, because it's no threat to Valve or the Steam Deck. In fact, the moment you found out about the ROG Ally, it should have brought a smile to your face just thinking about the conversations that must have been taking place at Valve when it came to the Steam Deck. Let's just say you need to make sure you keep your deck updated and keep your eyes peeled for the next iteration of the hardware, because it's definitely coming. This already was the case, but this new competition will probably make whatever was coming even better. The moment you heard of its competitive pricing, you should have cracked open a beer or popped the cork on your favorite bottle of Cabernet, because then at that moment you knew the competition was on, and competition is only good for us, the consumer. And if you're partial to the ROG Ally, you should be glad the Steam Deck exists. You should always want it to be around. And here's a newsflash, it will always be around. While Steam Deck Killer makes for great thumbnails and YouTube video titles, the Steam Deck more than likely isn't going anywhere, and like I just stated before, it's surely only going to become a better device. For example, anyone who would deny that the affordable price of the Ally wasn't influenced by the Steam Deck is either brain dead or a liar. More than likely the latter. If you listen to any of the official ASUS ROG Ally videos, you can clearly tell they're very competitive with the Steam Deck, and that's a good thing. By the way, people over at Steam Deck actually sent them a congratulations on their new product. So, though there will be competition, these two companies don't hate each other. But as long as both exist, one will always be better than the other in certain ways, because that's the natural result of competition. However, there is one large hurdle for the Ally, and that is their disconnect to the software industry that gives their hardware purpose. To be clear, that industry is anything concerning game development. Now, please calm down. This doesn't mean the product will fail, because I'm sure ASUS understands this fact and is probably working diligently to address it. I don't know exactly what the answer or answers will be, but I'm fairly certain they're trying like hell to come up with something if they haven't already. Early on, before the Ally was officially announced, a few Xbox executives were seen walking around with the Ally at an event, and according to witnesses, they seemed almost like they were promoting it. Naturally, one has to wonder why these executives would be doing this. One thing I've noticed is how much they've been talking about the hardware on official Xbox platforms. Who knows, maybe Xbox and ASUS are having some sort of discussion that may result in some sort of agreement, or maybe if the Ally is successful, Xbox will actually purchase the product and pay ASUS to maintain it. Right now, it's all just a guessing game. We do know that each Ally unit will come with a 3-month subscription to Game Pass, but other than that, we just don't know how far both companies are willing to take their relationship. Oh, and by the way, I need to make one thing clear on the subject I touched on in my last video, and that was Valve's self-maintenance program, where they allow customers to do minor repairs on the Steam Deck. There are certain handhelds that frequently have wear and tear on things like buttons, D-pads, analog sticks, etc. These are things you're allowed to repair. This does not include any changes that you may make to the core operating system. So that's pretty much a no-no, and I'm sorry, I apologize. I should have been more clear about that. Make sure you read everything. Make sure that you read all of the literature concerning how to operate the system, of course, the warranty, and hey, look, one day you're gonna let your warranty wear out anyway. And the thing I like about the Steam Deck is that when that day comes, you have some very, very clear and concise instructional videos on how to really replace everything in the Steam Deck, because though they let you know that your warranty will be voided once you start replacing certain parts, they still go through the trouble of teaching you how to replace those parts. And like I said, that's because they want you to keep using that thing, because they want you to keep buying games, okay? Right, so hey guys, look, like I said, just enjoy gaming. Don't become a fanboy. It's easy, it's okay to become a fan, but don't become a fanboy. Gaming is meant to be enjoyed, not stressed over. So until next time, stay safe.